The look on that man's face. I'll tell you one thing, Michael, they're both not going to Hollywood. They need some more acting lessons. But goosebumps moments here again in this arena. This crowd is really turning it on. And if there's one man that feeds off of that, it's the man that's getting ready to break. Day 3, first match. Europe desperately wants to close this gap, make it 5-5, and start swinging.
Day 3 was when it all ended last year, of course. Europe winning by 11-3 in Coventry. We didn't even need the final day. It's such a different story 12 months on. Jayson Shaw, you can be quite sure, is taking it personally that his team, the team that he was the on-table leader for last year, is behind after day 2. Let's go, day 3 in London.
Nice break from Jayson. Look at this one ball going to the corner. You couldn't ask for a better opening in rack 1. The black 8 balls flying in, also the 3 ball disappearing. And they have dressed up.
Something else Jayson Shaw will have taken personally is the end of a wonderful run for him last night. That doubles defeat in partnership with Albin Ocean. That ended a run of 7 wins in a row for Shaw in singles and doubles. He's so proud of the Mosconi Cup record he's built up in recent times. And he wants to get it straight back on track. Just the man Europe would want leading them into battle this evening.
And I spotted something right out of the gate there, Michael. Great speed control from the 1 to the 2. If the nerves are really there and the arm is a bit shaky, you can underhit the ball, get behind the 7 or overrun it and having to play a very tough cut shot. He judged that so nice. Puts himself in a nice position here. Wants to roll forward. Doesn't want to get straight in on this purple 5 that's up next. He wants to get to the inside of that ball. So going off the rail, and now he's guaranteed an angle to travel to the other side of the table towards the 6, which makes position more natural. Still far away. Ooh. Wobbled in, wiped his feet.
Been such a feature of the week so far, hasn't it? There was a lot of talk in the lead up about these 4-inch pockets, and we've seen how much harder it's made it. I think it's improved it as a spectacle, no question.
And as a left-hander there, that wasn't unfortunate that he could still reach it. Could make quick work of that 6. Has a lot of options now. He's going to shoot the 7 in the side. Can go to either side of the table for the 9. It's all about speed control once again. Traveling down table. Judged it well again. And Jayson on the board very soon.
Very early days on night 3, but you couldn't ask for a better start than that. A break and run in the opening rack for last year's MVP. We really haven't actually seen that many break and runs, Niels, when you consider the standard of players, but Europe have been getting a lot more of them, more than twice as many as the Americans, in fact, and I think that tells you a lot about the different ways they've been getting their points on the board.
Interesting. Yeah, Europe has had more runs. USA have really had to work hard for their racks, but they've been successful. If you take out that match from last night, the 6-3, potential 6-3 match, I mean, they've executed very well. Even in that match they executed well, except 1 or 2 shots maybe. So it's all to play for. It's a super exciting cup so far.
Yeah, and Jayson Shaw has become a real veteran of it at this stage. He's played in 6 previous Mosconis. Sorry, this is his 6th. He's won 3 of the 5 before now, and his overall record just seems to get better and better as time goes on. Very strong in singles, which of course is the discipline he's involved in at the moment. 9 wins from his 14 matches. And just looking at his face there, Niels, I don't know if he plays poker, but you wouldn't want to face him with cards in hand. You'd probably throw in the towel before you even started.
No truer words were ever said. Let's see Chris's break. Hit him very solid. He's going to travel down table. Will it hit the 8? Could do two things here, Michael. If he wants to be offensive, play offense, he can try and cut it in. But the cue ball's going to get really wild on him. Might get snookered. What's also laying there, if he hits the right side of the 1, he can go off the side rail and nestle behind this 6-9. Look at that.
Exactly as you called it, Niels.
Nice speed control. You don't always have to run out. And this can really frustrate an opponent.
Well, this is what we were saying, isn't it? This is how the Americans have been winning their racks and getting their points on the board, is playing the patient game. And as you say, frustrating their opponents. But 2 balls down off the break, Niels. I think that's probably 1 for every word he said in the pre-match interview.
Cue ball.
Oh, scratch!
Hit the inside of that 1. That meant the cue ball was going to travel down table. And there's a big, well, a 4-inch pocket there. Not big. Big enough to take that cue ball in. That means ball in hand for Chris. It's exactly what he needs to get going.
Well, we always talk about settling into matches, but it's such a big factor for Reinhold here. He's not anywhere near as experienced as Shaw, either in the game generally or in Mosconi Cup. He's got a hostile crowd to contend with. He's a big outsider in this match. And he knows how keen Europe will be to get things levelled up right at the start of the evening. So this is just what he needed to make him feel he's part of the contest and ready to do battle.
Slightly under hit that ball and hand shot on the 1. That meant he had to go to the rail after pocketing the 3. Did so very nicely. Now he's back in position. Can roll forward. Come off the rail and he'll be high on the 6. Ooh, that's got to stop. That's 2 straight in, Michael. Now he's in trouble to get all the way to the other side of the table. Needed to be at least 2 balls higher than this with the cue ball.
Yeah, and it wasn't really the toughest of positional shots to get right, was it? So that's not a good sign.
Nothing easy about this. He's got to blast this with a lot of spin. And that's not going to do it. See a bank shot here in the low right corner. That means the 7's going to hit the rail and travel all the way down to the bottom right of your screen. Or potentially has a kick save, hitting the ball from behind, sending it down table towards the 8. Going for that bank. Oh! Hit it well. But there again, we see the 4-inch pockets coming into play. It's day 3. The cloth is getting a little bit more worn in. And balls are going to start hanging up even more. Look at that.
I think that's what we call an Al-Qaeda nowadays after that World Masters climax a couple of years ago. That's never easy though, is it, Niels? Coming in and out of the jaws like that. And in the end, he's been quite fortunate.
Hit it positive. He said, I'm going to draw it. Just get out of there. And he would have been really unlucky not to get a shot there. So Chris let Jayson off the hook.
Big time. And this is the first move of significance this evening. Shaw won the first rack, running out from his break. He's won the second on Reinhold's break. Just the start Europe were dreaming of. Just the start Jayson Shaw hoped to deliver. He's 2-0 up.
And you know what, Michael? From a psychological perspective, Chris last night ended the night with that miss on the 5 ball that cost USA that match, and now this is not going to stop the bleeding.
Here are various angles taking a look at what proved to be the key shot in that rack. Yeah, and he needed to bounce back from the way last night finished. This is not the way to do it. This is his second time playing. I think he was seen as the one positive really in the American performance last year. Yes, they were heavily beaten and he was part of that, but there were promising signs from him on a debut that I think people were surprised to see him get, when of course he was playing as Chris Robinson. Although he hasn't had the greatest of years in the biggest of events, Jeremy Jones has shown faith in him again, brought him back into the team.
Jeremy coming into the arena, talking to his man, pumping him up. But we have to be honest, the body language is showing a bit of anxiety.
And the break.
Don't blame him.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about that. He's not really making much of an effort to hide it, but it's understandable. 2-0 Shaw, he breaks.
One in the side. What's going on with this 2 and 9? No, the 7 spoils the party. Could have been some kind of offensive chance there. Now we get to see the push out again. The only time in the game of pool where you're really playing your opponent. What can he do well? Is he a good kicker? Is he a good jumper? Is he a good safety player? What can I do with the shot? Remember, you can play it anywhere on the table. Chris is stepping up now. He can have a look at it and he's going to say, I'm shooting, or Jayson, you go ahead and you play it and show me what you wanted to do.
There's a fascinating psychology behind all that, isn't there? Mind games as much as anything else, trying to psych out your opponent, lure him into a shot. You're almost challenging him, saying, well, I don't feel this shot's going to suit you. Prove me wrong.
Exactly. Wow. That will silence the crowd a bit. If you're talking about a challenge, Chris really took the glove there, put it in his hand, made a beautiful shot on the 2, and there was not even a whisper in the crowd.
I think the last thing we heard, as quiet as the crowd's reaction to that shot, was Chris himself when he was talking to Michael Bridge before the match. But this isn't ideal.
No. He wanted to push that 4-ball in front of the side pocket. Missed opportunity. Playing a safety. Wants to slow down. I think he left Jayson a peek at it. And with the eagle eyes, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to try and cut this in the corner. There's not much defense here to be played. Knowing Jayson, he's swinging. I'm wrong. Went for the safety. But is he going behind the 5? Leaving Chris an open shot on the 4. But on these 4-inch pockets, there is nothing easy about this.
And we're really seeing it on the shots from distance. They're so much tougher with these pockets. Anything from short range doesn't make an enormous difference. So a real test for Reinhold. Under pressure early in the match.
Hit that softly, Michael. The reason is if he was going to hit it a little bit harder, you saw the cue ball traveling to the right and it potentially would have been snookered on the purple 5. So elected to play pocket speed, accept the longer combination now that he's going to play 5-8. Remember, hit the lowest numbered ball first, then you can do whatever you want on the pool table. That is a very nice shot.
Yeah, so long as you do that and hit the lowest value ball, then any pot keeps you at the table. If it's the 9 ball, of course, as we've seen a few times already this week, that's the rack over there and then, and you've won it. Well, this opportunity falls into the category of cannot fail.
He's overrun it, Niels. Yeah, I was going to say, he has to put a lot of spin on that ball to hold it for the 6. That wasn't laying very natural and he overran it. Again has to play a safety now. Probably going to send the 6. He can bank it, or he can play a half ball hit, sending the 6 to the middle of the rail and trying to put the cue ball also to the middle of the other short rail. As such, not bad, not bad.
Obviously when I said cannot fail, I meant cannot afford to fail. There's the possibility, as we've seen already in this match, that things can go wrong unexpectedly, but I suppose the point is, he's already 2-0 down. He's got a chance to stand up to Shaw here.
Good thing is he snookered Jayson on this 6, so Jayson's having to go off a couple of rails. He's looking at going to the side rail, and then to the bottom rail, and then trying to contact the 6 full in the face. 1, 2, caught it a bit thin. Is this 9 gonna come into play? Yes, it is. Or did it leak out?
I think it's just travelled far enough from Reinhold's point of view.
Extension, please.
Yes, it has. We got the extension parrots back in the crowd.
Isn't that great? I think they're here to stay now. I think the players have just become used to that chant. So another chance for Reinhold to get off the mark here.
Straight down the rail. Has the cue this well. Excellent shot. Stayed down beautifully, followed through nicely. And basically one shot away from a sitting duck in front of the side pocket. This is what you can call game ball.
Well, he's had several really good pots in this rack. A few mistakes in there as well. But Chris Reinhold lost the previous rack on his own break. He's won this one on Shaw's break. So Reinhold is standing up to be counted here. He now trails 2-1. Do you want to build? a snowman. The Christmas jumpers coming out again this time of year, when of course the days are getting shorter outside, but in here they're getting longer. 4 matches on Tuesday, 5 last night, and 6 on the card this evening. This is moving day at the Mosconi. Jayson Shaw leads Chris Reinhold, but now only by 2 racks to 1.
Thank you.
The American starts us off in rack 4, and Niels, he will be feeling so much better.
USA is trailing.
He had a chance to win the second rack, but he didn't pass it up in that one.
Absolutely, he really executed a couple of nice long shots in a row. So the signs are good. It's about him settling down as fast as he can. Lost the cue ball there. You saw it traveling forward. That's not what the players are wanting. But he still has an offensive shot to the side pocket with the one. Left side. See, he almost scratched in the corner there. However, when he wants to go for this one, he's going to run into some balls. The 2 balls laying there. So he has to do some judging about what's going to happen. Can he draw in between that side pocket and 2? I doubt it. See, the 3 is blocking the corner. He can't shoot it in that pocket. Or is he playing some sort of safety? I don't understand that shot, Michael. He had, in my view, 0 room to make that ball to the corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any way he was thinking of the 1-3 combination?
No, he tried to squeeze it in between that 3 and the pocket, but the pocket's so tight. I don't think that was very advisable. That was super tough. Jayson playing a nice split shot here, sending the 1 and the cue ball to opposite sides of the table, splitting those 2 balls apart. Great speed control. And Chris is has to do what's called a kick shot now, hitting a cushion or multiple cushions before contacting the 1. And with these players, the contact is sometimes not the major thing. It's trying to do something productive after contacting the object ball. You want to try to play offense or a return defense, a kick save, that's called. At that instance there, he tried to play for good fortune, but he's left Jayson a shot to the corner.
Yeah, and he's carried the 2 into the side as well. Landed sweet on the 3.
Yeah, you can't give Jayson those shots. Those middle, long range pots. He is deadly at those. Ooh, under-hit that one, Michael. He had to pinch draw it a bit, like a short, snappy draw shot to not scratch in the side. But inadvertently, he put himself on the rail. This is kind of the shot that Chris Reinhold had last night on the 5. Big stroke there by Jay.
Yeah, made it look so easy. Really uncharacteristic of him to put himself in that position needlessly.
He's not out of the woods yet. He's going to be far away from this next 7. Has to roll forward almost to the low left corner because the 8 is so far on the left side of the table. If he stays too high on it, he's going to have a super tough cut shot. So he has to travel down table as far as he can. Wow. Very well judged.
Absolute perfection, really. And we started off this rack looking at the Christmas jumper based on the movie Frozen. And you know, when Jayson Shaw gets a lead in a match, he really does not want to let it go. And he's extended it here. Shaw 2 clear again. Another one won against the break. It's now 3-1 to the Scot.
Yeah, Jayson is a killer. He's getting the crowd involved. Not only to pump himself up, but also to put extra pressure on Chris. He understands what the crowd can do in this major setting.
saw Albin Ocean there, Neil's coming in to have a word. There he is, leaving the arena with Carl Boyes. How much do you think he is itching to get out there and try to turn around what's been a really disappointing week for him personally so far?
Good point. He's played 4 times on the match table. He's yet to score a point. I've been there myself. You're not going to go to bed without thinking about that. You want to score a point for your team. That's why you're here. But at the same time, you don't want to be chasing it too much. The only thing you can do, Michael, is just every day try to think about the process. What am I doing well? What needs a little bit of work? How am I adjusting to the table? How am I adjusting to the pressure? Do I need to loosen up a bit more? Do I need to focus by myself a bit more before the match? You have to focus on your own game and your own process to go out and score points for the entire team. So Albin, he knows exactly what he has to do. He's the world champion, and you don't get that title by luck. That's from years of dedicated work, competition, and I still expect good things from him.
Ocean being kept on the leash by Alex Lely for a couple of hours yet before he plays in the doubles with David O'Cady against Styr and Van Boning. 3-1.
Bam. Corner ball flew straight into the pocket. Cue ball got kissed down table, and again we see the 1 ball tied up. Does he have a potential combination? I think he does. Doesn't look easy though. Very sharp angle. And the position after the shot is what's super tricky. Because the cue ball and the 1 will be traveling all kinds of different directions. So he could also opt to roll forward and try to use the 7 to get behind with defense. Ooh, yeah, that's not bad. Thought he would hit it off the rail and come back into the 7. But this worked out just as well. Keeping Chris under pressure. This is a pivotal game right here, Michael. This is for 4-1 or 3-2. Big moments.
Yep, Reinhold responded to losing a rack on his own break in similar fashion by retaliating the last time it happened. A little bit of good fortune doesn't do you any harm.
Played a positive shot, trying to hit it full in the face to make that cue ball stop there. Intelligent decision. Got a little bit fortunate by making the 1. Now, can he play for a bank in the opposite side, or does he have to play safe again? The way it looks, can he hit the left side of the 2 and float all the way down behind the 4? Or is he playing the bank? We shall find out. Bank shot it is. That's got to get off that rail, Michael. Not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's about as good as he could have hoped to be on the 3. He's floated in a few good ones from distance already in this match. Needs another one now. Oh, and such a long way away, but wait, no. And a lot of pressure was taken off that shot actually for him by the fact that position on the 4 was more or less guaranteed, so he could put everything into the pot, but didn't really get close in the end.
Difference between this one and the other long ones that he made is that in this shot there was a lot of body movement. Jayson falling nicely under the 4. That guarantees him an angle now to travel down table for the 5. If he would have been straight in, it would have been almost impossible to get to the other side of the table. And now it's rather elementary. Hitting the rail with some right spin. Look how nicely the ball travels. Needs to stop sooner or later. Just has enough room to draw it back 2 rails or stun it out 1 rail. I think the draw shot's more advisable. Get it out into the open. Can Europe close this gap to 5-5 right away in match 1? That would be such a boost for their side.
Yeah, and I think we often think in situations like that Well, whoever got the first point of the night, they'll kick on from there. They are the favourites, they are the home team. But of course, they won the first point last night and then lost the next 3. So the Americans didn't let it turn into a momentum changer.
Well struck ball again by Jayson. Wants that crowd involved. Wants to feel that energy.
Much like Alexandra Palace itself, Jayson Shaw is on the hill. He leads Chris Reinhold by 4 racks to 1. Badly missed, and England went out of the World Cup, so Michael really putting Carl on the spot there.
USA is
so back here, it's Chris Reinhold who's in a spot. He needs a miracle now, but at least he's got the break in the next rack.
Nice break by Chris, making 2 balls. However, the cue ball and the 2 are straight in on the long rail, the side rail. The 3 is on the other side. He can't get off this rail, so the best he can do is play a stop shot and then has to play a tough shot on the 3. Draw it back slightly. Nope, went for the stop shot. This is the shot of the rack, Michael.
This is horrible.
Nothing easy about this, I'll tell you.
Absolutely.
I've hit some balls on this practice table, and these pockets are pretty tight. And you're shooting it. You're crossing this ball. You have to hit a half ball, shooting over the side. Gotta stay down.
He looks like a player whose confidence is really ebbing away. And you know, Niels, after the way last night finished, that's maybe not surprising.
Well, he also hit a couple of really good shots, so still fancied him to make it. Missable shot. That's just how it is.
It just feels, and I absolutely agree, you can always miss those, but you've got to step up and make some of those. And I think when the pressure's been at the greatest level in this match, it's been found wanting once or twice. But that's not good from Shaw by any means.
That's a bit sloppy there. Tried to do too much. Tried to get really close on the 9. He could have also opted to play it at a slightly slower pace and get a guaranteed safety. Wanted to play full aggression there, lock him up. But Chris missing the bank, not giving a shot away. Jayson has an option for a great safety here. He can hit the left side of the 3 with a bit of stun. Go to the side rail and the bottom rail and get behind that purple 5 and the 7. I see some damage coming up. Sending the 3 around. Did he get there? Did he get there, Michael? I don't think so. I think Chris can even make this ball.
Extension, please.
Yeah, well, that would certainly bear out what you're saying.
And think the angle has it in such a way that if he makes the ball, he's not going to hit the 9, and it's going to travel one rail naturally back to the 4. So this is a massive shot. Nice recovery.
And as we were saying, it's been such a mix, hasn't it? He's been so far off target with some high pressure shots, but then he's had a few really good ones like that as well. The thing is, against a player like Jayson Shaw, really got to be making nearly all of those shots.
But you really have to put that on Jayson there in that instance, Michael.
Sure.
Jayson had 2 monster opportunities to really lock Chris up and close out this match and let the safeties leak out on both occasions. Letting Chris back in. Just has enough angle to draw it down table to the 9. Well played.
And Chris Reinhold knows only too well you can lose from 4-1 up. He did it himself last night.
But he's still here if he's going to make the 9.
He's hoping Jayson Shaw is going to do it at his hands this evening. And he's made a good start in his attempt to fight back. Reinhold closes to 4-2. So Jeremy Jones is trying to keep Reinhold pumped up here and focused on what's going on. But of course there might be nothing he can do about it now. Shaw of course will have, if he needs them, 2 chances to break for the match.
Bit of a meeting there on the left. Just getting Jayson to ventilate a bit. He likes that, he needs that. Just talk the shot out of his body, out of his mind. This happened, you see how fast it was, the slide. Maybe talk about the break a bit.
Yeah, Jason's mind seems to go at 100 miles an hour. He's always talking, always thinking about the game. Yeah, clearly enjoying having an audience there and a bit of moral support. It seems there are more Europeans coming out into the arena every time they come in for one of those pep talks. Such great team spirit in Coventry last year. It was such a factor in what they did, and it helped them win so many of the close matches as well. And that is the thing, although it was 11-3, a lot of very tight contests in there.
One of them included Chris versus Kachi. That was a major point last year. I believe it was day 1. 5-4 match.
Well, there was also a 5-4 match with these 2 opposing sides on the second night last year. Shaw with Joshua Filler beating Robinson as he was then, and Skylar Woodward 5-4. Back here.
Oof. Cue ball getting awfully close to the side. Jayson has a shot on the 1. It's kind of the same shot that Chris had on the 3, the previous rack. All he can do is cut this ball in and cross back over for the 2 ball in the side pocket. Nothing easy, but he doesn't have to do anything with the cue ball. It's just a high ball, no spin, just float to the opposite side of the table.
Just gets such a massively high percentage of the real testing pots, the ones that are a bit out of the norm. Just doesn't get fazed by them at all. Sees every pot, it seems, as one he should make.
He's going to have another tester here, Michael. This 3, it's all about speed. He can make the ball, but he has to hold it for the 4, the pink 4. Nice draw shot there. Very well judged. Killed the cue ball in pool terms. And I believe he's landed fairly and nicely straight on this 4. He can just draw this back. About 2 balls.
Joshua Filler there looking on. He'll be on the table in a few minutes with Shaw to play Tyler Steyer and Skylar Woodward. Shaw looks like he'll be going into that one on a high.
And you can see the anxiety of the players that are ready to play next. Michael. Clear example. Joshua breathing deep. He knows it's not going to be too long now. And that's the Mosconi Cup. It's that anxiety, that build-up. You're up next. It's your turn for your team.
Yeah, going into that cauldron, you love it and you fear it at the same time. Shaw going even more prematurely. That 9-ball final I was talking about, Fuller ended up winning that rack, then taking the decider to claim the gold medal as well. But now, it's all about this man, and when you need a point to start the night and someone to deliver it, Jayson is a sure thing. He's beaten Chris Reinhold by 5 racks to 2. That's the start Europe wanted. They're back on terms. It's 5-5.
Welcome back. The 2021 Mosconi Cup has some way to go yet, but mark your calendars because the 2022 edition will start on the 30th of November next year, and it will be at Bally's Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. You can see all of it live on Sky Sports. In the meantime, though, Jayson Shaw has done what he did last night and got an opening point on the board for Team Europe. I think he's pretty happy with that performance too. The sellout crowd here at Alexandra Palace absolutely loving seeing a bit of blue straight away this evening, and we're all tied up once again at 5 points apiece in the race to 11. So to confirm then, we've got 6 matches for you this evening. We're alternating between singles and doubles matches. The final match this evening is a fan's choice. You can cast your vote on the Matchroom Pool website as to who you want to see face off in that doubles contest. But next, Jayson Shaw is straight back on the table, hoping to back up that strong opening performance. Let's hand you down to our MC, Tahir Hadid.
So here we go, 5-5 the score, the race to 11 very much alive. It's now time for double trouble as we welcome the next 2 players into the arena. Ladies and gentlemen, from Team USA, the babyface killer Tyler Steyer and the Kentucky kid Skylar Woodward. Now let's welcome into the arena Team Europe's very own dangerous duo. Please make some noise for Jayson, the Eagle Eye Shaw, and Joshua, the Killer Filler.
Though Joshua Filler is very much in the mood for this one. Can Team Europe make it 2 on the bounce, or will Team USA pull ahead once again in this Mosconi Cup? Kelly Fisher is with Phil Yates in the commentary box.
Hannah, thanks very much indeed. Yeah, in terms of style and panache, how can you possibly have a better pairing than Shaw and Filler? Welcome everyone to main event who've just joined us for this Mosconi Cup, which could not be any better poised. Main event viewers, the score is 5-5, everything to play for. It's a race to 11 that concludes here at Alexandra Palace tomorrow night. And if you're just joining us on main event, I'll repeat the announcement we had a few moments ago. Next year's Mosconi Cup, the 2022 version, will take place on the famed Las Vegas Strip at Bally's Resort and Casino, right in the heart of the action, from November the 30th to December the 3rd. 5-5, you cannot get any closer than this. The first match of the night has been won by Jayson Shaw, predictably some would say, against Chris Reinhold by 5 racks to 2. This doubles though, Shaw and Filler against Tyler Steyer and Skylar Woodward, I think is much more difficult to call, Kelly.
Rack number 1.
Yes, this is
Team Europe.
A great lineup. Look at the players we've got there, Phil. 4 stellar players. For USA, that was my choice for the fans' choice, Steyer and Woodward. So let's see how they get on. 5-5, exciting now.
Shaw looked so up for it in that singles match, as he did last night. But after what we saw here 24 hours ago, when he beat Shane Van Boening in the opening singles, and then things went badly wrong for Europe, we're taking nothing for granted.
I've said from the beginning of this Mosconi Cup, I've not seen Jayson look so focused and determined for anything for a long, long time. You can just see it in his eyes. He's hungry and wants this.
Playing with lots of running side there for position, and he hung the 6 ball
The side complicated the shot, but I'm still surprised it remained on the table.
That's a bad error there from Tyler. We all know that if you play high on the ball and then shots, then the cue ball will double itself back again, if you like, and stay down the lower end of the table. It changes from follow to reverse and has that effect once it hits the rail. But he actually played low there. I think he just caught it too thick.
Yeah?
I don't think so.
I should have drew that ball.
Yeah, I thought that's why I said you shoot. I thought you were going to draw. But then you were shooting, I just let you go. Yeah, just let them see it.
Thin Nick. Woodward knew it. And who is better equipped at that kind of shot in the world of pool than Jayson Shaw?
The nickname Eagle Eye for that exact reason.
Jayson Shaw is going to pop this 9-ball, and then we're going to go to an interview that he had with Michael Bridge earlier today. So here, having seen him in action, now let's hear Jayson Shaw in his own words.
Is it fair to say it's been a mixed start for Team Europe?
Yeah, I think we've dodged a couple of bullets the first couple of days. We've played all right in patches. I think, like Alex said, we're a little bit like rugby. We got the ball and then we fumbled a little bit. So I think the first 2 days we got away with a lot. We could have been down by 3 games last night, and you know, today's a new day, and I think we'll take a lot from that yesterday, nicking the last match and going in today only 1 down instead of 3 down. That's going to hurt them more than us last night, and we're going to come out today and try and kick on.
It really was Mosconi Cup style when Shane said in the first match, "I've got the edge." I've never seen you look so serious when you said, "Let's go."
It's rest of 5. There's no really edge over anything out there. You know, one match you could be playing great and get beat 5-0. It's just the way the game is. But that gave me more motivation to try harder and try and prove to him that he doesn't have the edge. So it's always a great battle between me and Shane. Anytime you get to play him, it's a pleasure to play him. So just try my best, focus, and just do what I do.
What will the sellout crowd tonight see from Team Europe, which maybe they've not seen so far?
Fire, a lot of focus, and a lot of drive to kick on and try and win as many points as possible and try and take the league tonight and going into the last day on Friday.
Do you see yourself as a bit of an unofficial captain? Because I hear you speaking to the players quite a lot.
Everybody has a different demeanour in our team, you know. Me and Joshua are very pumped up. Alvin's very, you know, chilled out. Catch is the same, and David is kind of in between. So somebody's got to charge them up. Even though the captain and the vice captain are doing that, it's always nice to have a player step in and give them more motivation and try and give them that little extra push on top and get them fired up just before they go out, and I'm the man for the job.
Jayson Shaw, such a wonderful player to watch, such a wonderful player, Kelly, to have on your side.
Our current score is 1-0 in favour of Team Europe.
Definitely, Phil.
Team
I'd take
USA
him as my doubles partner any day of the week.
The late rolling 2 saved the Americans' bacon. Two bad mistakes now from Tyler Steyer. One positionally, one in the potting department.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's fair to say his first hand on the table, you know, last two shots. But he needs to come out not making the mistakes. You know, you don't want it rolling on for the rest of the day. He's got more matches later, sure. And he just needs to get going. He needs to get his hand on the table and get going. We know Tyler will come back in full force if given the opportunity.
Yeah.
One positive for the Americans here, despite the potting dynamism of Phillip and Shaw. This has got a complex run out. A lot of congestion there.
You got 15 seconds. Yeah. I think we're high. Well, a little bit of punch and go right before the middle.
Well, Joshua doesn't look too keen on whatever Jason's telling him to do.
Shot.
Well, Jason's happy with that result.
Well, it's a congestion buster.
Come on. Come on.
Shaw's philosophy is great for a doubles match. He basically says, put me anywhere, as long as I can see the pot, don't worry, I'll knock it in.
He really is playing well this week. We've seen match after match. He's not missing much. He's making some unbelievable balls. And it looks like he just doesn't feel the pressure. You know, he's just playing like you'd see him in a practice session, which, you know, that's like what every player's dream of. But these two are dangerous together. And if USA doesn't take some control here, we could see a real big defeat. And here we go, the commentator's curse, maybe.
Yeah, had he caught the ball fuller there, it wouldn't have screwed back quite as much at that angle. So this is a tricky one now.
Good.
Second prize.
I don't like to bring it up, but we remember yesterday Tyler missed, I think it was 3 8-balls in one rack and got away with it. Looks like it might be turning around, but nor do we want to see them missing balls, but certainly Joshua has got away with 2 shots so far.
Yes, the rack you're talking about, Kelly, was one of the most remarkable you're ever going to see. Steyer twice missed the 8-ball. Twice, as you say, got away scot-free. Third time missed it by a mile, fluked it, won the rack, won the match.
It's incredible how the luck can change an entire match, entire result, and what nearly was a disastrous evening for Europe last night. But as we've talked about, they managed to squeeze a 5-4. It could have very easily been 6-3. Then we would have been talking about it more, Phil.
And that could very easily have been a thicker contact on the 8, which would have left it on and made the rack a formality for Europe. So there's still a lot of play in this one.
It'll hold. Yeah. Just worry about. Yeah. Got 10 seconds. Yeah.
You know, when playing doubles, I always worry when I see too much talking or one player not looking comfortable, what the other player's advising. I think at this calibre and this level of play, they both know what to do. And I'm one of them types of players that likes to just do what I'm comfortable with, and same for my opponent. Just there in this second rack, I'm seeing like Joshua not so confident or agreeing with necessarily what Jason's telling him to do. However, he has done both times, on both occasions I'm referring to, what Jayson asked perfectly, and it's certainly gonna clinch them this rack. Potentially, sorry, should I say, clinch them this rack. And that was a great response from Tyler there. What a fantastic kick save that was.
Well, Shaw suffering the double kiss. It's on the 8, but I suppose it could have been worse. A really good shot met with stony silence from this predominantly European crowd. Now can Steyer hold himself together? It's not a given. Just had a feeling, Kelly.
Watch where this 9's going. Oh my word, I really thought that we were going to drop.
Go have a look at that. Huh? Oh, look. Oh, good.
Take your time.
Just making uber sure. Well. Had Steyer fluked the 9 there after that outrageous fluke on the 8 last night, you would have started to believe that it was fate that Europe were going to lose this Mosconi Cup, but it stayed on the lip, and now in this match they lead 2-0. The Americans coming together for a talk, encouragement, but the vibe on that shot for me, it was negativity. But look at this 9 ball. It was in, bar the pace. What a rack that was, what a rack.
We all like to see them run out, but I'll tell you, it's really exciting when you see, you know, it's sad to say when we see them make mistakes, get away with it, fluke balls, you know, it is for giving the, I don't know, the atmosphere that they've got. It's like electric in here, and you can hear it in the crowd. When Skylar made that great 8 ball, I was waiting for a cheer, and it was like dead silence. So I think the American fans need to step it up and let's hear some cheering when they make some great shots.
So Europe 2-0 ahead, and what's more, it's Filler to break.
Number 3, our current score is 2-0 in favor of Team Europe. Team Europe to break.
I think the referee John Loman said Team Europe to break after they'd already broken. Filler just couldn't wait to get on with it.
Well, we call John Lehman wing ball John, but not that time. There was no wing ball going in that time.
There are dry breaks and dry breaks. This one has left everything in the open. All balls mid-table. The perfect opportunity for Steyer and Woodward to get on the board. Jeremy Jones, the American captain, looking on intensely.
Well, Phil, I can't see too much in any way of problems here. A nice simple roll in on the 5. The key one just 6 to 7, but really this is a nice open table for USA to get on the board.
Extension, John.
Extension, please.
Good guy, Jeremy Jones. Lives in Denton, Texas these days, not too far from the Oklahoma border.
Well, this ended up being a little bit more trickier than the map that I saw. It started when Skylar left Tyler. It's a tongue twister, that one. A little too straight on that 6 ball. Again, I don't foresee any problems, but it just did end up a little trickier than the layout I saw originally, and I think that they planned.
This massive crowd trying to put doubt in Steyer's mind. Passes that examination though. Steyer and Woodward off the mark. It was all about the dry break. Still though, the European pairing of Shaw and Fuller lead this match early doors 2-1.
Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free. Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free. Have you ever seen the world? I gotta break free. Have you ever seen
What a crowd here at Alexandra Palace, the biggest of the week so far. Very partisan, great atmosphere, and this match is superbly
Our current
poised.
score is 2-1 in favor of Team Europe. Team USA to break.
Steyer and Woodward with the break in rack 4, trying to level up. And that Kelly will do.
Yes, that's a solid break and a great leave. They'll be happy with that one. It just shows you, how quickly a match can turn around. Europe 2-0 up, one dry break, and if things go to plan here for USA, it's back to all level again. And they've really just sat in the seat of Europe.
And we can't emphasise enough, a race to 5 at this level of pool really is the definition of a sprint. Anything can happen, and for the last couple of days it has. All kinds of stuff.
I think so far in this Mosconi Cup we've experienced so many different things all in just the space of 2 days. There's been no team just gone out there and gone in front and full steam ahead. It's been flip-flop, and we've experienced great matches, scrappy matches, great play, not so great play, and it's it does for for the viewers, I think, keeps it very, very interesting. And here we go, we've had a miscue. Not quite sure what else can really happen here.
Well, he just did not get hold of that, did he? Very unusual for Woodward, who most of the time makes the cue ball talk.
Yeah, I felt he maybe had a slight miscue. He looked at his tip afterwards.
Have a look.
Oh yeah, he just said miscue.
I can shoot. Go ahead. Let's go.
Never easy to judge when the cue ball and object ball are so close together. Fuller's already missed 1 6-ball to that pocket, but he didn't miss that, and now surely 3-1, very much on the horizon. Phyllis says, get out of the way, man. I want to shoot.
Yeah, that was quite funny. He's such a fast player and he's tapping him. Come on. Let me get down.
Shaw and Fuller. Fireworks when these two play are now just a couple of racks away from giving Europe the lead again. Europe led 3-2 early last night. Can they go in front once more? What a great attitude these two have got. Joshua Fuller really does love pool. He loves travelling around, playing, entertaining, and winning lots and lots of titles. Individually, I suppose it's not been the greatest year for Fuller, but he's kept a smile on his face. He has won a big Matchroom event in partnership with Christoph Reichers, the World Cup of Pool for Germany. That pairing had a really good run in the final against Carl Boys and Darren Appleton, but they won it nevertheless. And I think in 2022 he'll be seriously targeting the many big events that Matchroom will promote.
Yes, Fuller's also had a couple of wins in the US.
Rack.
He won
number 5.
the 14-1 straight pool American
Current score is
Championship
3-1 in favor of Team Europe.
in October. And
break.
after that, he went on and won the International Open 10-foot, Bigfoot 10-ball challenge. A couple of great tournaments there under his belt and back-to-back also.
Yeah, he also won the European 9-ball championship, didn't he, in Turkey, when Sanyan Perlivanovic celebrated prematurely. Been thinking about that this evening when Jayson Shaw has raised his arms with a 9-ball to go. Perlivanovic should have won, celebrated, missed the 9. Filler was the beneficiary.
Yeah, I've also, every time I saw Jayson celebrate prematurely, I've also thought of Sanjin too, Phil.
Of course, Alexandra Palace is home to Snooker's Masters, the second biggest event of the snooker calendar, and the first time I saw that kind of thing, celebration, before the winning ball had been potted, was in the Masters, not here, but in that tournament. Peter Ebden against Stephen Hendry many years ago. Potted the brown, came perfect on the blue. That was frame ball, and he started celebrating before the blue went in.
You don't often see that in snooker.
Well, I think the European fans feel like celebrating here. Should be a certainty. They go 4-1 ahead.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, take your time.
Those early celebs, although I suppose when you've got Joshua Filler potting an easy ball like this, you can afford to do it. You're not exactly risking things. And that's the ultimate gimme. Europe on the hill at Alexandra Palace. They lead Steyer and Woodward 4-1, and Jayson Shaw is just loving life. Little too early to start talking about this, but I will do anyway. Jayson Shaw was the MVP last year. 2 singles wins, 2 doubles wins. If they can get this done, considering what he's done already, if he has a good finish to the Mosconi and Europe do win, he could be MVP again.
Yeah, he's certainly come out the gates firing and win his matches.
That's why I left you like that angle. That way you can roll it. And I thought the 3 would come out and the cue ball, and I would have the right angle for the cue ball to slide down.
But we've got ways to go yet, Phil.
But it still shouldn't miss you. It's a golf ball.
Of course, Kelly, your colleague in the studio and mine here in the commentary box, Neil Spire, he won the MVP in the Mosconi Cup 4 times, including 3 years in a row.
Rack number 6. Our current score is 4-1 in favor of Team Europe. Team USA to break.
Well, that 9-ball's moving these last few racks. We've not had a golden break. Like yesterday and the day before, so it seems to be like it's toying with us, as there will be one tonight at least, I think.
You gotta split the 5-7. I don't mind, yeah.
2 to the 4 is kind of tough though.
Might just have to take a shot on the 4 if I make the bank. Can also feather the 1 behind the 9.
He's so laid back with his southern drawl. And I think he'd be a great partner also. He'd just be like, whatever, just do whatever you want. It just seems like he's so chilled and laid back. I think it'd be cool to partner with.
You
Yeah. Hey, I asked for it.
They are plotting here to try and
Go, Jay!
kick and knock the one ball into the side. It's on. Tough, but feasible.
Extension, please.
That's good, Joshua Filler says, which would suggest, yeah, the 7 ball is providing the block.
Extension.
Extension, please.
Right in the kiss, dude.
You want to shoot the 1 right at the 7 and bring the cue ball here? Just aim right at the middle of the 7.
Yeah, if I don't see nothing else, I will.
Good shot. Great shot.
That was about disaster.
Yeah. It's either that or shoot the combo.
Come on, kid.
Oh, that was a lovely return shot there. I thought for 1 second the 7 ball was going to fly into the centre pocket.
Go, kids.
It wasn't too far away.
Really well played shot. The table now at the mercy of the United States partnership. Of course, the worrying thing for them, Steyer and Woodward, is that Shaw and Phillip will break again, possibly break twice.
Well, last night, as we saw, Europe 4-1 down, pulled it back. There's nothing to say that USA can't do the same thing. We know that in 9 ball that's most definitely possible. Everybody panicked a little bit there because it looked like he were going to rattle that 5 ball, but he was just stealing a little bit of the pocket so that he could slide the cue ball further over to the right so he could get a better angle for Tyler on the 6.
Just roll past it if you have to.
Straight. It's not where he intended. He wanted to leave him a good angle there. On the 7, so 7 to 8 was made easy.
You tell me.
And now
just tell me which one you want.
Pretty straight. Got 2 choices: follow through, going for the 8 inside, or draw back, going for the 8 in the top right corner.
Again, this is just pressurised. I think he'll get it, but it's not 100%. Well done. Very well done. Cue that sweetly. the game has developed since the great Willie Mosconi was born, I should say, in the great American city of Philadelphia in 1913.
In favor of Team Europe. Team Europe to break on the hill. Go, dude.
Well, a great opportunity here for Team Europe. Nice open table. They're full of confidence. 4-2 up. Can they close the match out with this visit?
With the skill level of these fellows, maybe not quite a roadmap, but almost.
Let's go.
Of course, Fuller and Shaw have got their own personal GPS. Great potting skill.
Good one, Phil. They do make it look easy. Oh dear. Maybe if that had been on day one, I think we could have seen that roll all the way in to that bottom pocket.
This is just a wee bit tricky.